Batman is standing on top of a building. He shot his Batman rope thingy 100 feet to the top of a flagpole at the edge of the building USA at an angle of 41 degrees. What is x, the distance to the building of USA, to the nearest tenth of a foot? So, let's figure out which one we need to use. We have sine, which is O over H. We have cosine, which is A over H. And then we have tangent, which is O over A. So looking at angle 41, we have x, which is an adjacent, and we have 100, which is the hypotenuse. So we're using the cosine of 41 degrees and setting that equal to x over 100. So obviously we have to do the inverse, which would be multiplying each side by 100 to get x by itself, leaving that the cosine of 41, you have 75.5 equals x. And then we'll write it over here next to x.
So a plane travels a distance of 40,000 feet at an angle of 4 degrees, so that would go there. X is there because that is how far up the plane is. So we would write this as sine of 4 degrees is equal to x over 40,000. Next, we would multiply by 40,000 on both sides to get x by itself, like so. And that would give us x is equal to 2,790.25 feet. So angle UGA is a right triangle. We're going to start with cosine. Cosine of U would be adjacent over hypotenuse. So we would write that as cosine of U is equal to 3 over 5, which would also be equal to 0.6. Because that is what it says up here for cosine of 53.1 degrees is equal to 0.6. That means that cosine of 53.1 degrees is equal to 0.6. Those are equal to the same, so angle U is equal to 53.1 degrees.
In the right triangle HJK, angles H and K are complementary angles. The value of tangent K is equal to 24 over 7. What is the value of cosine H? So first here we are going to draw our triangle. Add that little angle there. Now to label our triangle, we have H and K, which are complementary angles, meaning they add up to 90 degrees, leaving J, our 90-degree angle, which adds up to 180 degrees. So we are given that K, tangent K, is equal to 24 over 7. And tangent is equal to opposite over adjacent. So looking at the opposite side, we have 24, and on the adjacent, we have 7. To find the hypotenuse, we have to use the Pythagorean theorem. So 24 squared plus 7 squared is equal to c squared. And once you've squared them and added them up, it's equal to 625 equals x squared. I put x because I prefer x rather than c. And so then we have the 25 is equal to x. So put our 25 in the hypotenuse place. Now we're finding the cosine of h. So now that we have our hypotenuse, we have to put cosine is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. Our adjacent side is 24, and we put that over 25, our hypotenuse, and set that equal to the cosine of h. In a right triangle HJK, angle J is the right angle, and the sine of angle H is equal to 1/2. Which statement is true about HJK? So we're going to start off with drawing our triangle to give us a visual picture of our right angle. And since angle J is the right angle, that's where we're going to label it and put H and K in their spots. So the sine of angle H is equal to 1/2, meaning we should label opposite and our hypotenuse. So right here we have must be true. So we're looking at K, opposite over hypotenuse, incorrect. We have the angle H, tangent, we have opposite over the adjacent, that's wrong. Tangent of H, opposite over adjacent once again. We don't have those, so wrong. And that leaves us with cosine of K, which is adjacent over hypotenuse. And D is your answer.